Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome back to Stay True to You with your girl, Karishma. I was going to talk about something completely different. I had notes and bullet points written out and a whole script put together. But then I looked at it and I was like, not today. I don't feel like talking about this right now. So I'm just going to go off the cuff and have a heart to heart with you, which is what I usually like doing, anyways, because it creates a more intimate and wholesome dialogue between us. So, what I want to share with you guys is how I actually rebranded as a resilience coach just recently. I'm very stoked about this. I used to be a spiritual life coach, and although it sounds like not much has changed because resilience is a really big part of life coaching, I'm specializing in this because I realized how essential it is for us to be able to cultivate the skill of being resilient in the face of life setbacks, challenges, obstacles, and curveballs. And I feel so aligned with this rebrand because I reflected on my own life and recognized for myself how I have been resilient in the different chapters of my life. And that's brought me to where I am today, where I support myself as a resilient version of who I am, and I support my clients with being resilient as well. So, something I want to shed light on that I've been thinking about ever since this rebrand is how important emotional health is when it comes to being resilient. Usually, when we think about being resilient, it's like you have to be tough and you have to be able to bounce back as quickly as possible and have thick skin and be strong, right? It's like kind of like you have to have this really strong armor that you are carrying day in and day out so that you can face life's challenges no matter what comes your way. My take on resilience is a little different, and I'm really proud of that because I feel like that's the missing link in today's world. My approach to resilience is that you need to be soft and gentle with yourself. You need to check in with yourself energetically to be able to assess where you're at when it comes to the setback that you're going through. When I was going through my health challenges, which I talk about pretty openly in this space, I had to keep checking in with myself and be soft and gentle to be able to finally rebuild myself and then bounce back. It doesn't just happen by saying, okay, I'm going to have thick skin and I'm just going to magically feel better. There's so much awareness that comes from sitting with your feelings and assessing how you're feeling because those emotions are messengers. They're here to guide you. And I feel like we live in a world where we shame, dismiss, neglect, and numb those emotions because we think it's a weakness to feel. But that actually takes away from being human and connecting with yourself in a more deep way. Like that's where the depth comes into the picture. And when you can process your emotions in a very healthy way, that's when you don't carry trauma into your present and future and impact yourself and the people around you in a negative way. So, I'm really present to the power of emotional health as a part of resilience. And I really want to hone in on that message here because I don't want us to fall into the trap that society has created for us to think that being vulnerable is a weakness. When in fact, when you can be sensitive and you can genuinely touch base with how you're feeling internally, that's going to reflect in how you show up externally. It's a very simple equation. The way you process things internally is how you show up externally. So when you can check in with yourself in a more soft, gentle, curious way, that's when you can touch base with what's really going on inside your container so that you can step out of it and be able to bounce back in a way that's sustainable, in a way that's supportive. As a part of this rebrand, I've created a new offer called Resilience Reset, and I'm super stoked about it because it's like getting a sample of what it's like to do coaching with me. It's a 1 month container, which is very bite sized, and it's like an invitation to explore the world of coaching, especially if you're new to it. So, what it is we really go through my method called the comeback method. And there are steps to it that I guide you through one step at a time so that you can go from being in your setback to having your greatest comeback. And my comeback method has been really poured into with a lot of thought and a lot of attention because I reflected on my lived experiences and my clients' lived experiences to be able to better understand what it is going to take when it comes to the tools and techniques to really be able to support yourself so that you can have your comeback. So, there's a lot of thought that's been put into this coaching container, and 1 month is the perfect sweet spot to get an introduction to the world of coaching and to actually feel like you're beginning to heal and to feel more like yourself and you're coming home to who you are at your core. So there's a lot of beauty in having an accountability partner who's in your corner and wants to support you and wants to see you win, right? Like as your accountability partner and as your resilience coach, I'm in your corner and I am really cheering you on to be able to work through the challenge that you're going through so that you can finally feel like you can take that deep breath of relief that you're finally bouncing out of the situation that you feel stuck in and that you can finally come out of it. And to give you an idea of like what that setback could possibly be, it could be anything. It could be a breakup. It could be, with a friend that you're having a challenge. It could be when it comes to family, when it comes to your relationships that you're facing issues. Or it could be, something professionally that you're trying to level up, but you're feeling blocked. Or it could be how you are feeling stuck within yourself and you're not feeling like who you want to be. So there's many different iterations that we can work through when it comes to what you're experiencing. So if you're curious and you want to learn more about what we can work through together, I highly recommend booking Resilience Reset so we can hop on your kickoff call and then you can learn more about what it is that you'll get to experience in our 1 month together. So, this week's podcast episode is very short and sweet. I just wanted to share how stoked I am about my rebrand as a resilience coach. And I have this new offer out, and I can't wait for you to get a taste of coaching, especially because you've been listening to my podcast episodes and you're getting a taste of the kind of work I do with myself and my clients. So, if you're on the fence and you want to talk further, feel welcome to DM me on Instagram or email me. My inbox is always open and I'm happy to have a conversation with you. So let's chat further and see if this is the right fit. On that note, I hope you're doing well and take care. I will see you in the next episode.